if a woman has never experienced real, true intimacy, she has never been made love to the right way. Now, I'm going to talk about Tamar Braxton's comments a while back when she talked about how when a guy don't be affectionate with her for 3 to 5 days, he must be gay or he must be sweet. But I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to go deep into what intimacy requires and the ingredients for it. Her statement just spoke to her reality. This shows how most men avoid her energy, spirit, and vibe. Every man is different and has his own way of interacting with a woman. A pragmatic man likes to take his time, learn and study the person he's interacting with. Let the lust marinate, build, and then when the time presents itself, let that moment between him and that woman explode. Now I'm going to talk about what intimacy requires and the ingredients for it, the proper requirements and ingredients for it. Now check this, players. Maturity. You got to have maturity in a relationship, marriage, or in order to experience real, true intimacy and love making, players. You got to have maturity on both ends. Leadership qualities. Taking control, being in charge of the conversation, situation, environment, being open and honest with each other's past history and accepting it and not looking down on it because their past presents the present person. And that's why I say maturity on both ends is so important, players. Once she opens up to you, because like I said before, a lot of guys are only in love with 50% of their partner. That's the good side. She hasn't revealed the other 50% ugly side. So he's only in love with the 50% of her, not the 100% side of her. You want to get the whole version of your woman. If she's leaving anything out, that's not true love. Because you're only seeing one side, not the other side. Same way with the man. You got to open up, be honest with her as well. That's why I say maturity, man, at the beginning is so important in a marriage, in a relationship, in the intimacy, man. Has to have maturity first, man, on both ends. So let her open up and tell you, man, about how, if she been molested, if she been raped, if she had trains in college, if, whatever, man, she was a prostitute, she was a stripper. She has to reveal the other 50% ugly side she hasn't revealed to you. Or you only in love with 50% of your mate, man. That's it, players. That's it, because the past presents the present person, player. Discussing each other's dreams, desires, fantasies, fears. Patience with learning and understanding your partner's mind, body, spirit, and smart about your partner's sensibilities. Now, what I mean by dreams, desires, fantasies, and fears, in order for her to really bond with you and y'all have an intimate relationship, player, she has to open up to you about her fears. And you as a man is supposed to help her overcome those fears. That's what intimacy builds, and that's what intimacy is created by. The hardships and the fears. So when she says this is what she's afraid of or whatever, whether it's heights, flying in the plane, man, whatever she reveals to you is her fears, you got to help her overcome those fears and get over them, player. That's your responsibility as a man. I ain't going to say job. You can quit a job. That's your responsibility as her man, is to help her face her fears and get over them, player. Whatever her fantasies is, y'all talk about that, desires and dreams, whatever her goal is, or goals, or expectations is that she wants. Help her support that. And like I say, you help her supporting that, and it's still vice versa. I'm just talking to the man, but it's always vice versa, player. Always. And what I mean by be smart about your partner's sensibilities, now, during the time of being intimate, she might not want you to bite on her chin. You know what I'm saying? When you in missionary. She might not want you to bite on her ear. She might not want you to look on her toes. She might not want to do the anal. You see what I'm saying? But just because she's putting an offer right now, she's delaying it. That doesn't mean she's not going to try it, player. So that's why I say it requires patience, player. It requires patience. You got to talk to her about her likes and don't likes. But you also got to be patient with it, player. You got to be patient with it, player. So whatever it is you like doing and she don't like doing, be patient with it. Same way with you. Stuff that you like doing, she might not experience it in her last relationship, but with you, hey, go on ahead, man, and groom her into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, she's not saying she's not going to do it. She's delaying it for later on. She's not comfortable with it right now. She's uncomfortable. But you can get her comfortable with easing her into what you really want. And you easing into what she really wants. You see what I'm saying? So if she ain't down for it right now, just wait for later on, player. Great listener is a great lover, knowing when each party wants to vent or get advice. Encouraging motivator knowing how to stimulate your partner's mind by making love to it with compliments, constructive criticism, and good communicator. And I'm going to stop right there. Now, stimulate your partner's mind, that's why intimacy is like priceless in a relationship, man. Because when she is going through something, or y'all can both encourage each other. But you can put her mind at ease. You see what I'm saying? You want to put her mind at ease, player. That's how you stimulate your partner's mind. Put it at ease. If she going through something at work, encourage her. And I'll get to another one, like sense of humor. That's how you kill tension. You see what I'm saying? You can kill tension or break ice with sense of humor. And that's why I like Shanice and Flex relationship married so much. Because I remember when I was watching Unsung, or it was something, she was doing an interview. And she said that when they was down financially and they had to depend on their family to come over with them, she said before that they had to eat rice like every other day, man, or every day. And you know what Flex would do? He would joke about it. See, that kills, sense of humor kills tension, or it breaks the ice, and he would always kill tension with that. So she said every time he would come in the house, what we got to eat, baby? She was like, we got to eat rice. But he was like, dang, I thought we were going to have steak, steak and shrimp and, crabs or whatever like that. You see what I'm saying? So he would always joke with it. But so that's why I like Flex and Shanice so much, man. I really put that relationship ahead of a lot of people because they've been through a lot. They experienced a lot of hardships, but they showing you that a couple bonded together can also get over a whole lot, man. And they didn't endure a whole lot, man. But they've been getting over a whole lot. You see what I'm saying? So whenever I look at a couple that have been through a lot, I look at Shanice, the singer, former singer Shanice, and Flex, man. Because they've been through a lot. And he got a good sense of humor because for what they've been through, man, you got to, man. I mean, they was like on top, man. And for them to lose that much and had that, man, you know how that feels as a man to when you lose everything financially and then you got to move your folks in. Like, just think about how you felt as a man right then. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I would have did that, man, I'd have felt like I let myself down, then my family down. First, I let myself down as a man. That's just how I would have felt because I wasn't checking my finances and being careful with it. I was just spending, and I let myself get in a hole. But then I look at my woman and I let her down. Then I think they got a little girl. Yeah, I forgot how old she is. They let the child down. See what I'm saying? So you gotta think about how he felt as a man to go through those financial problems, man. But like I say, they stuck together and overcame all that. But you know what? All that did was deepen the intimacy. It strengthened the bond and deepened the intimacy, player. So sense of humor kills tension. And I want to say this story as well about the constructive criticism and good communicator. The same way you tear down, bring up, player. The same way you gonna talk about what she did negatively, talk about what she did positive. Point out the positive as well. Same way with you. The female shouldn't just nag you. She should point out stuff that you did for her, that was positive. Something that you did at your job. Something that you did for your child. Y'all got a child together. Always point out the positives, man. Way more than the negatives, man. Don't just harp on the negatives. You see what I'm saying? You want to do the positives as well, but more. Because you want to bring the best version out of your partner. See what I'm saying? You want to tear them down and build them up and improve them, not just stay stuck on the negative. And I want to talk about a story I had right quick. Talking about the communicator. Me and my significant other a couple years back, and I was stuck at the hospital during Thanksgiving week, right? And I told her, man, I knew how much she had on her plate. She didn't have a child, but she had a lot on her plate. She might as well she had a child because her brothers, man, her sisters depend on her like, man, a mom, even though a mom living. But I knew that she had a lot going on her plate, but she would still stop by the hospital to see me, and she would stay for about an hour. See what I'm saying? And I would tell her, man, go on home, but she still stop by, stayed an hour. And then I said, you know what? Let me suck it up. And let me give her some encouragement and let me boost her because, see, I didn't want to say, well, I don't feel like it because I see now. This is love making. This is a love making process. This is intimacy here. She see you down. She see you not at your best, but she still come to see you no matter what. And that's intimacy, man. That's love making, man. That's a love making process right there. So I said, let me suck it up. Let me boost her because she might need this boost and encouragement, man, because she's going through so much. So by her coming to see me and me encouraging her, making her laugh and entertaining her for a little while, for that hour, that gave her that extra boost to want to. So when she leave, now she rejuvenated, now she energized, now she ready to go. You see what I'm saying? So that was intimacy right there, man. That was displaying love making and intimacy right there. And just like Flex and Shanice, that was help them deepen the intimacy, man, because of all the stuff they went through. I love that relationship, man. Flex and Shanice, I love it, man. I can go on and on about that one, but I love their sense of humor. I love their relationship, man. They've been through a lot, still sticking it out, man, together. And man, I just learned so much from them, just by hearing her talk and how he talk. I learned so much from them. Cause like I say, they endure so much, man. But when that woman would always come see me, man, for the hour, I would give her that boost. But she would also give me a boost too, because I needed that then. I needed somebody, even though I was kind of grumpy and I didn't want to be seen. But when she did come, I was happy, man. See what I'm saying? I was happy though. My hair was looking rough, my beard all growed out, but hey, I was still happy when she came, and she boosted me, and I boosted her. So that was us deep in the intimacy. You see what I'm saying? Okay, holding yourself responsible, and accountable for bad mistakes, fault, misjudgments, and that's part of being grown. Now this is why I say maturity come in, because see, when a woman can admit to her faults, you know what that does, player? It makes that man appreciate her. That his woman says, you know what, I was wrong. And that, you know what that does too? It also shows how much she respects that man, respects herself, and value the relationship. That's how I look at that. Whenever a woman say, you know what, I messed that up for real, I could have did better on that or whatever, when she owned up to something she did, that just brings me closer to her. See, that's love making. For her to say, you know what, I did wrong, that's love making to me. Because she just showed me right then, I respect you, respect myself, and I value our relationship. And I'm not going to be selfish and just say, no, forget it, and blame something else besides what she did. See what I'm saying? Whatever it was. I ain't just saying cheating, I'm saying whatever. You know, she didn't stand on her word or whatever. See what I'm saying? Whatever she said, she didn't do it, but she owned up to it. What that shows is respect for herself, respect for you, and she values the relationship. And she doesn't want to be selfish, player. And that all it does is bring you closer to each other, and you appreciate one another, player. And then, like I say, vice versa. The man owned up to something he did. That just bring the bond even closer, player. And let me see. Interpersonal skills. And all this is, players, are just what interpersonal skills are, really. It really is like intimacy love making. That's all it is. Because it's about managing the relationship, understanding each other's feelings, cooperating with each other, great attitude, showing respect, appropriate contact, active listener. Like I said, a great lover is a great listener. Being a controller, not the aggressor during fights, arguments, disagreements, player. And like I say, that's where you come in at, player. You want to be the controller, not the aggressor. You want to control her energy, not match her energy, which is being aggressive. You see what I'm saying? And that's love making, player, because you hold the fate in your hand, player, either when you get to the bottom of the issues and resolve them, player. But when you don't resolve them, that's just, it's really like you make the problem your roommate. When you don't resolve problems in your relationship, you make the problem your roommate. Your roommate got an extra room for free and not paying rent. That's really what that is, player. When you don't resolve those issues and problems and the frustrations, player, all you doing is making your problems a roommate to you with no rent. They ain't paying no rent, player. So what you need to do, when you resolve it, you kick the problem out. And a lot of guys, they try to jump towards sex to resolve it. That's the wrong way to do, because she'll never respect you, player. Because you're not resolving it the right way. You can't use a stick to control your woman, man. You can't use your hips and your stick to control your woman, player. It got to be all mental, player. Well, I say stimulate, man. Stimulate, player, with your conversation, player. You got to. When you do it like that, when you jump into the bed after an argument and it hasn't been resolved, the problem is watching y'all make love to each other. I mean, it's still waiting on y'all after y'all get done. It's still waiting on y'all. As soon as y'all get done, with all that having fun, turning and twisting and all that, riding and all that, yeah, and moaning and groaning, that problem sitting there looking at y'all like, okay, I'm still here, because y'all haven't resolved the problem yet. See what I'm saying? Intimacy is a love-making process. You get over that, player. No matter how angry she is, no matter how angry you is, you gonna talk it out, get over it. And you ain't saying you gotta jump in the bed. Hey, do what you do. When I resolve mine, I ain't trying to jump in the bed, depending on how angry I get. Since I resolve all mine, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. It's intimacy and love making a relationship. Saying thank you. I appreciate that. Good looking out. Because your partner knows that you're not taking them for granted. See, I appreciate that. When I do something for a woman and she can say thank you, I appreciate her good looking out. I appreciate that's love. She making love to me. She making love to me, player. Because it's some stuff you ain't gotta do. But since you with that person, you just do it. But you don't want to feel like you've been taken for granted either. But when they say thank you, I appreciate it, good looking out, that's making love to you. That's making love to you. And I see a lot of females on these shows, man, loving hip hop. Man, I'm talking about all these shows that I see the little clips on Real Housewives of Atlanta. They never been made love to, man. They always jumping up when a man trying to correct them. They jumping up, leaving. That's not love making, man. When you're in an argument or disagreement, you don't leave away from your partner. You sit there, work it out. See, real intimacy is love making. Now, I tell the woman this, man, the same way when I get that look on your face when you smile, and when I give you something, I do something nice, I want that same look, and you to sit there with that same composure and conduct yourself just like that when we going through a problem. The same way. Same way you looking now, when I buy you something, I do something nice for you, that's the same way I want you to conduct yourself when we going through a problem. The same exact way. But when I look at these love and hip-hop shows and the little clips on Real Housewives of Atlanta, man, they jumping up when the dude talking, leaving away from him, disrespecting the man and all that. That's not love making, man. The only couple I seen on TV that really had made love to each other is Cookie and Lucius on Empire. Cookie never leaves away from her man and disrespect him when he talking. Now, I haven't seen it. It might have been a couple times she might have, but every time I watched it, man, when they having an argument or disagreement, Cookie sit there right there. She don't change up her body language. She don't put her hand on the hip. Sometimes she do, but she don't wag her finger in Lucius' face or nothing like that. She sit there. She conduct herself. Her face looking dead at him. Her eyes dead on his. Her feet pointed towards him. His feet pointed towards her. They sit right there. Whether they sitting down or standing up, they sit there and get over that problem, man. And she let him take charge when he's supposed to take charge. And you know what he do? When it's something that he know that she good at, or that she passionate about and want to do, he step back and let her do it. See what I'm saying? That's love making. That's what I'm saying. Intimacy is a process now. And like I say, thank you. And something else too. That's love making. A lot of people don't do. Players. I got this guy told me the other day. Man, my woman always want me to sit there and pick out something she likes. She know what she like, player. She asking your opinion for a reason. She asking your opinion for a reason, player. Sit there, man, even though you tired, player. And she come to you with a black dress, a white dress, and a red dress. Pick which one she want, player. That's love making. You making love to her, player. When she fix a meal for you, just got out work. That's love making. She tired. When you get out work and you can cook, play up a good little meal, a little quick meal, you making love to her. See what I'm saying? She tired. You got there before she did. You got a chance to, you know what I'm saying, cook up something real quick, because I'll do it. If I was a good cook, man, I'll do it. I love to eat, so if I'm going to eat, I know she got to eat, because we both going to war together. We're going to war against society, so I need my soldier, you know what I'm saying, 100% like me. So I'm going to make sure when I eat, she eat. So, player, she feeding you, you know what I'm saying? That's love making. She tired, you tired. You know what I'm saying? Then when you do something, you mow the yard, and you produce supposed to as a man, that's love making. You know what I'm saying? So, players, she ask you what dress to wear, whether it's blue, red, or white. Pick which one you want her in, player. She asked you for a reason, man. I like doing it. I love to dress up a woman. Something I like her in. And if she ask me what it is she want to wear, I'll tell her, hey, I like that red one. That's my favorite color anyway. You know what I'm saying? You got the heels for that? You know what I'm saying? Wear your hair a certain way. Wear your hair this way. I'm always trying to get them to be a certain way, player. For me. It's always that. I'm telling her to soap. You know what I'm saying? And some apple cider, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever like that. Soap, man. Don't take all these showers, you know what I'm saying? Soaking that. Don't take a lot of shower. When you take a shower, make sure 2-3 times out the week, soap and some apple cider. You see what I'm saying? Clip your toenails. Make sure you got the manicure. I'll make sure I'm looking good for you. You looking good to me. That keeps the attraction going, the physical attraction going. You see what I'm saying? That keep the intimacy going. You still flirt with each other. That's what Nicole Murphy was talking about what's his name? Burrs Kojo. That's what she was talking about. She was talking about the intimacy, but part of intimacy is flirting too. Because that's how you got her at the beginning. When you was always grabbing on her butt, kissing on her neck and all that. But though, like I said before, it's some stuff that Nicole Parker could have did too. She didn't have to wait on him. Take the lead. You could have showed him some things just by example. Even by example. You didn't have to say, hey, I wish you would do this, do that. And matter of fact, while I'm at it, not disrespecting your partner in public. Handling issues when you get in private. That's love making. The fact that she would go on a podcast live, you know, where the public could see and talk about all that, she should have heard some of that stuff, man. So his ears can only hear. See, that's love making, that you're not embarrassing your partner and shaming your partner. And I'm going to say this too. Now, this is another way of love making is a process, intimacy. I had this female, Nicole, and when she was talking, I was at her house, and she was in another room in the kitchen talking to her mom and her sisters and her aunties and all that, right? So what I did was, you know, respect. That's part of intimacy, right? So when I seen her and there talking to her mom and her aunties and her cousins, I said, hey, excuse me, Nicole. I ain't trying to interrupt you what you're doing, but I need to tell you something right quick. Give me about 5 minutes. Let me borrow you for a minute. Just let me borrow you for 5 minutes. I ain't trying to interrupt you and break everything up. You can come right back. But it's something I want to tell you right quick before I forget. Now see how I show her respect? And then guess what, players? In return, guess what she did? When I was chilling with my dad and my cousins, one time she was over chilling with me, it was my dad's house that time. I think it was during the Super Bowl week or something like that. Guess what she did? She did me the same way I did her. She said, hey, Fred, excuse me for a minute. Let me borrow you for a minute. I got to tell you something, too, before I forget. Nah, she didn't do like, who was that, oh, yeah, Tamar Braxton. When she was, I was watching that little clip on the internet about how she saw her husband in there talking to his cousin, her cousins, and they was in there shooting pool. And she was so disrespectful, man. She went in there and snatched the dude out, brought him in the room where she was, and said, what was y'all in there talking about? I'm talking about, man, like he was a child. Like, that's not love making. That's not intimacy, man, at all. You don't disrespect your partner, man, like that. You made him feel less than a man. And that showed me she don't respect him at all, man. Like, you don't treat your man like a child. All she had to do was say, I don't know dude's name, so I just say Jeff. Hey, Jeff, excuse me for a minute. I ain't trying to take you away from what y'all doing. I know y'all having boy talk, man talk, whatever, but let me borrow you for a minute. It ain't gonna take that long. You can come right back. And then tell him her spiel. But, man, she went in there and just snatched the man. I'm talking about like he was a little 5-year-old. Just pull him by the arm. Come on. What y'all in there talking about? Let me talking about my business to them like Tamar. See, when you know what birth order your woman is, you get a better idea who you dealing with. And she was a child. I think she was the baby, so that's why she loves so much attention. See, the middle woman is most likely always the boss, the leader, because she had to take on so many responsibilities as being the oldest. Then you got the middle one, she more the go in between. You see what I'm saying? The kind of the negotiator. Then you got the small one, she more the attention wanting, party goer. So she's so spoiled, man. And that's what Tamar is. She spoiled brat, man. I could not be with Tamar. I think I could probably be with Tony Braxton. But Tamar, I don't even get turned on by Tamar. Like I said, how she act, man, I do not like her character, her behavior, her vibe, energy, nothing about her, man. Because the way she do that dude, I know she don't respect him. I know she don't. And if she did, I ain't gonna believe it, because I can tell by her actions. Man, players, trust and believe. The way that you say, hey, baby, let me borrow you for a minute. You can come right back. A few minutes. That's the best thing you can do. Man, you just going in there, hey, come here for a minute. I've been calling you, man, 3-4 times. Golly, how many times I gotta call you? Man, no. Come on, players. Because, see, you setting the example for how you want her to do you. That's what I'm saying. Set the example, players. You're making love. This is love making. Intimacy is love making, players. And I can tell, like I say, about the women that's on reality shows and all that, they never been made love to because they aren't mature. And that one female, I think her name Kiyomi, that's the one that was on the elevator with Bow Wow. She on Love and Hip Hop and now I can tell she never been made love to the proper way, because if your man is running you a bath and doing something special for you, he done got the hot tub ready and all that, he done got the bubbles in there sparkling for you, and all y'all do is go straight to sex after that, that's not intimacy, man. Real intimacy and love making is a process. A woman and the difference between physical penetration and intimacy is when you really experience intimacy, that woman already orgasmed 4 times before she made it to the bed. She had already orgasmed 4 times before she made it to the bed, because you've been doing everything, stimulating her mind, controlling the situations, doing what you're supposed to do as a man, and she been doing what she's supposed to do as a woman. You done help her get over her fears. You've been encouraging her all through the week, all through the year. So by the time I get to the bed, she done already orgasmed about 4 or 5 times. So that's just penetration. Intimacy is, man, it's mental, emotional, and physical. See what I mean? And players, man, trust and believe. When a woman experiences real intimacy is just like she driving a Toyota, but now she driving a Rolls Royce. That's the difference between intimacy and just physical penetration. Now, I'm not saying in relationship don't have it. You know, you want those little quickies every now and then, but I'm saying you want intimacy throughout the year, throughout the week, throughout the month, all that, throughout the days, all that. And it's just like Intimacy is just like living in a suburban or like Beverly Hills and moving out the projects. She don't want to go back to the projects no more. When she really experienced true intimacy, really been made love through true intimacy, she don't want to go back to the projects. She want to live in those Beverly Hills, player. Trust and believe. So, player, do it. True intimacy. Make sure that woman know you set the example. And bro, I'm telling you, once they experience real true intimacy, they'll know what they be made love to. Because like I say, when you touch them and stimulate them, they already orgasm, man. You ain't just do physical penetration. See what I'm saying? So it's about intimacy, love making. I can tell if a woman has really experienced true love making through her maturity. I can tell right off. If she immature, I can tell she never experienced true intimacy, player. Even women that's grown, I can tell they never experienced true intimacy. Never experienced real true love making. I could just tell right off. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be mature. That's one. And a lot of females not, because they don't what? They don't take ownership of what they do. So right then, I know then she never been made love to. Right then, if your partner never owned up to nothing they did wrong, they never experienced true intimacy, player. Because that let me know then you don't respect yourself, respect your partner, and you didn't value your marriage, your relationship. So therefore, you didn't experience real true intimacy then. Because it's a into my mate thing. I'm into you, you into me. We going to war together, and we improving this intimacy. All right, players, respect.